Do you know the impact of Google reviews? Here's a quick breakdown of how they impact your business. Number one, improve search rankings. Google uses reviews as a key factor in determining which businesses appear on map listings and toward the top of search results. Number two, enhance trust and credibility. Reviews are social proof that others have had positive experiences. Number three, driving website traffic and conversions. Statistics show more reviews and a higher star average increases click-through rates from search to your website, converts a higher percentage of sales, and embedding those reviews within your website provides fresh, user-generated content that Google's algorithm can crawl and index. If you're ready to increase sales, search placement, and website conversions, let me show you the method I use to add over 54 and 5-star Google reviews with one simple text and email. Here we are within my Go High Level dashboard for Grit Obstacle Training, which is a company that I own. And actually, it's how I got started doing this. So I decided to start using Go High Level as my CRM system for Grit Obstacle Training. And things were going so well. I was getting so many compliments, questions about it. Said, you know what? I'm going to up from being a sub account from somebody else to an affiliate. Then I went from being that affiliate to helping other companies be able to get started. One of those being my own business and Grit Obstacle Training. Now, if you're like me and looking for a CRM system where you can automate a lot of these tasks, definitely click the link down within this post and make sure that you set up a time so that we can talk about how this system can help you as well. But back to specifically what we're talking about today, getting more Google reviews for your business. Now, this is something you can do whether or not your website is built within Go High Level. Mine is. Everything that I have for Grit Obstacle Training is within this one system, which works out great. Now, what I'm going to do, move myself over here to the side, and I am going to go to my settings. So within settings, I'm going to go down here to custom values. I'm going to show you this, first of all, the survey that goes out to everybody that comes into my facility. So I'm going to copy this. Now here you're able to see what it is that customers are seeing as they go through. Now, in this case, this is going to come out to them a couple hours after their appointment with Grit Obstacle Training. And they're going to say, hey, thanks for choosing Grit. How many stars would you rate our service? This is a one-question survey, super quick. I'm going to show you the prompt that I give them that helps us to get so many of these filled out. If they select 1, 2, or 3 stars, like let's say they select 2 stars, I click next, and they are going to go to this next page. It says, thanks for your feedback. Put in your first name, last name, and how can we improve? Now, that's just going to come back to me. These are different things that we can look at to figure out how the business can improve in that way. Now, that's not going to go to Google. We don't want that to go to Google. We don't want 1, 2, and 3 stars there, but we do want that feedback. We want 4 and 5 stars that are going to help us to improve our ranking, help us to improve in all those areas that we talked about. Now, if they were to choose 4 or 5, let's say, hey, we loved it. We want to give a 5-star review. Automatically, this is now going to come to our Grit Obstacle Training reviews page. And now we're going to ask you, hey, you said 5 stars. Cool. Leave a little comment, hit post, and it's going to go there. And in other videos, I'm going to show you how it is that we use AI to then respond to these posts to make sure that every single person forever that puts a post up on or puts a review onto Google or Facebook is then going to get a comment back that's going to reference different things that they said, thank them, and also answer any questions they may have had through there. We use AI to do that, again, through Go High Level. Now, back to our system here. Okay, so that is our survey link. Now, how I created this custom value is I click up here, new custom value. What we did is we took and added a name to it. So in that way, it was survey link. So let's call this one survey link test. For a value, we're going to go ahead and for right now, just put in survey. And for folder, I'm not going to worry about that. But we're going to create this. Then we're going to come back and we're going to add a value into that later. So that is our survey link test. And right now it just says survey because we have to create that survey to be able to put here. Now we're also, this one up here that we have, Google review link, that is what I used here. Now, if you have, I'm assuming that you have a Google business page. What you can do is go to google.com/business and we're going to sign in here. Once I'm signed in, I'm able to look here at my business page and they have this little spot for reviews. Now, if we scroll down here, we have this link here for get more reviews. When I press that, I get this review link. I'm going to copy that review link, come back here. We're going to do a new custom value. And what we're going to do is we're going to call this Google review link test. The value that we're going to put in there is that link. Now that we've got that in, We're going to hit create. Now we have our Google review link test. Now, we're good there for the moment. And I am going to go to sites. Now what we want to do is we want to create that survey. Here within surveys, up at the top, we've got builder. And here's my Google review survey. I'm going to show you this real quick. And what this is that first page. Just thanks for choosing. We've got our stars in here. Thanks for your feedback. So it's just a 2-page survey, real quick, real easy. And what we have in here is we have our settings set up so that when it is that you click on 1, 2, or 3, you're going to go to that second page. If you click on 4 or 5, you're going to go to the Google review. Now, how I change that is over here on the right side, we've got open conditional logic. When I come there, what we do is we have these 3 first options. We have it scheduled to jump to a slide. So how many stars did you rate our service? 1, it's going to jump to slide 2. Same thing with number 2, 2 stars and 3 stars. And then what we do is we set it up for 4 and 5 to where we're going to disqualify that lead immediately. Now that might sound weird, and it's just how this is set up within there, but we disqualify that person immediately, not after submission, because we don't want them to go to that second slide. Disqualify immediately, and what it does is open a URL. And here is where we add in that custom value Google review link. And what you do is you just copy that over from before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you from A to Z how it is that we created this. I don't need to go in all the design pieces of that, but we're going to create something similar so that you can look at how this was done, duplicate it for yourself, and build from there. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to exit out of this. And what we're going to do is we are going to add a survey. We're going to start it from scratch, hit create, and first thing we're going to do is name the survey test survey. Within this, what we're going to do is we want to start with whatever our question is. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to text. Thank you for visiting. Now you can center this, you can change the font, you can do many, many things here. Then also, if you wanted to, similar to what I did, throw your logo in here, then you can go ahead and take an image, throw it in here as well, choose your file. It's going to come here. We've got CQSAI. Let's just go ahead and we'll throw that in there. Now I've got this. We can change the width. Say, oh, that's a bit big. Now we'll go ahead, make that a little bit smaller. Thanks for visiting CQSAI. And now what we want to do is just ask that one question. You can make this more questions if you want. You can make this more complex. Really, I'm just focused on getting those reviews. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and scroll through here for a radio, which is going to give different options here. And what we're going to do, we're going to put a label. How would you rank your experience? I'm going to click on options here. If I right click here, I've got emoji here, and I can just go ahead. I've got this star here, but if I were to type in star, I've got this available. One other thing that I've seen done is if you go into ChatGPT or Grok and you put me a survey with a 1 to 5 star review, a star will show up that you can copy and paste in here. So they've got this 1 star. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And what we're going to do is we're going to delete all this, paste it in twice here. We're going to delete all this, paste it in 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. Now we have our 5-star options, and we have this slide done. What we want to do is we want to add in a second slide. And in the second slide, this is where we put in our information just to thank them and ask for feedback. So we can go ahead, throw some text in there. Thank you for the feedback. And you can change this any way you want, change font, change the size. Let's say, you know what, I really like something different, whatever it might be. You could put your logo in this one as well. But for right now, we're just going to go through this quickly. And what we want to do is put in some different spots for them to put information. So what we're going to do now is we're going to ask for, in this case, you can put full name here, but I'm going to go ahead and put first name, followed by last name. Say you want phone number and email. Now, just so you know, if you are putting in phone number, it is going to automatically bring in this consent box just to say that, hey, you consent to receive notifications and marketing materials. So if you don't want to worry about that, if it's just about getting information in, you can go ahead and delete that out. If you want to make sure that they're consenting to that for any other marketing materials or anything you want to put out, leave that in. I just don't know if you want that barrier in there or not. Because you want the feedback, what we're going to do is we're going to add in a multi-line text. or multi-line message. So within here, put in that message that I had before. How can we improve? Now, in my case, I already have something that's in there for that. So I'm going to do, how can we improve our offering? And then someone is able to put in their comments, they consent, they hit submit, and now that's going to come back to you. So for instance, I did get in 1 3-star review in all of this. It did not go to Google. Instead, I got a message back, and myself and that parent were able to have a conversation and help to get them re-engaged within our system. So it's a great thing either way. 1, 2, and 3-star reviews are just as powerful. We just don't want them going to Google. We want to solve that and turn those into 4 and 5 stars before they end up there. So this is a good way to set this up. We've got this here. We've got our survey set. We are going to look at these options again, go to our conditional logic, and jump to if how would you rank your experience is equal to 1 star, then we want to go to supply 2. What we're going to do is we're going to do that for each one of those first 3. If how would you rank your experience is 2 stars. For the 4 and 5 star, you might think, hey, well, we're going to redirect to a URL because that's kind of what we're doing. But if you were to redirect to a URL, it's going to try and have it do after the submission. So we don't want them to get slide number 2. We just want them to put that information directly into Google. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on disqualify lead. Just want to make sure I give that explanation because I know I was a bit confused by it at first. Now, here we go. If how would you rank your experience is equal to 4 stars, we are going to not disqualify after submit, but disqualify immediately. And we don't want to show a custom message. We want to open a URL. This is where our Google link is going to go. They might ask, where do I get that Google link? Well, here's what I've done. I've opened up a new window. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back into settings. We're going to go back into those custom values. And we have that Google review link that's all set up. Now, we have it here twice. We're going to use this test link, which is the same link as what's up here, but I'm going to click right here, copy that. We're going to come back into our other window. And for the URL, we're going to paste that in there. Click save. And now we've got disqualify lead for 4 stars. We're also going to do the same thing for those 5-star reviews. How would you rank your experience? Equal to 5 stars, disqualify immediately, open URL, and paste that in there. All right, now we have what's going to happen each time somebody goes in and selects one of those options. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Here we go. We're going to click review. We got our 1-question survey. Thanks for visiting. How would you rank your experience? 1 star, 3 stars. Same thing. Coming to that second page, getting some information. How can we improve our offering? 5 stars. We loved it. Here we are, redirected to our Google page. Their profile is already up, asking them to give 5 stars, give their explanation of why it is that they loved it. Click post. You have a new Google review. Super easy. 1 question, only getting those 4 and 5-star reviews, all created through there. And just a way to improve your business and where it is that you sit with your ranking on Google. Now that we've done that, we want to make sure that people can get to this survey. How is it we're going to get the word out? Well, let me show you how we do that within a workflow. I'm going to create a quick workflow for you and how it is that you can then just get it out to everybody. And I'm going to show you how it is that I'm utilizing within workflows for this business. What we need to do is we need to go ahead and finish up those custom values. So up here in the right corner, I'm going to click on integrate, share, and I'm going to copy this link for this survey. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that into that spot where we had that custom value. So we're going to come back out. We're going to go into settings. Within settings, we're going to go to custom values, and we've got the survey link test. We're going to go ahead and edit that. So edit custom value. Instead of survey, now what we're going to do is we're going to add in that link. Now, what's going to happen is every time that custom value survey link test is used, it's then going to send a link directly to that survey that we have. And now that I've clicked there, what we did is we copied that link over, and we're going to now move it into our workflow. I'm going to back out of here. We're going to go to automation. And what I'm going to show you how it is that we have it within a system already. So every time that somebody books an appointment into the calendar, either a trial or a session, what it's going to do is it's going to trigger them moving into this workflow for confirmations and reminders. What they do is they move out of one category into another from another workflow. They're going to have their opportunity status updated. All these were created to let you know, hey, you've booked X, it's going to start at Y, and we expect you to bring Z with you. For instance, we want to get them information out. It's going to have their name, location name. All this stuff is customized based on their contact information. The reason we can do this is because it's all set up within the Go High Level system. The calendar, the website, the contact information, every conversation that they've ever had with us is all within their profile. It's amazing how well all this stays together because it's housed in one system. We can work with other systems, but if it's all within here, you've just got it all in one place. Now, that's going to come immediately. 24 hours before their appointment, they get another email, another text to remind them. 1 hour before their appointment, another email and another text to make sure that you never forget that you have an appointment at Grit Obstacle Training. Now, here's where it becomes important for what we have. 2 hours after the appointment, we're going to send them a text that says, hey, Kurt, in this case, thank you for visiting us at Grit. A quick 15 seconds to answer one multiple choice question using the below link helps more than you can imagine. And that's where we pasted that in there. So in this case, we just hit paste, we put that in, and now they're going to get that link. And then you can even test this out, have it sent to your phone to check that and go with it. We're going to do the same thing via email. People check things differently. People prefer emails more than text more than emails. Hey, Kurt, thanks for visiting us at Grit. Same thing. And now this one's going to be a link to a one-question survey. That is exactly what we put in place. So very, very convenient. It's going to automatically go through. You don't even have to think about it. They book the appointment. It comes to your calendar. They get all the reminders coming through. You're able to go in and see if they answer anything, any texts that come through, if they reschedule, whatever it might be. But all this is automated. So you might have 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 people that are interacting at the same time. I'm in the middle of 1,500 text conversations right now while recording this video. That's just how many people we have in different workflows for the business. Now, it's through a selection of 4 or 5, but we have past customers, current customers. We have leads, people that have clicked on a link, put in their information, and we're just trying to help them to get set up. We're going to show a workflow from scratch. So we're going to create a quick little workflow to show how this works. Create workflow, start from scratch, and we're going to call this test for Google reviews. Now, the first thing you have to do is you have to have some sort of a trigger that makes this happen. Now, in this case, let's just say appointment status. Now that we're in here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a filter. Appointment status is showed. This is someone who showed up for the appointment. So once they come in, we go ahead, we categorize them as showing up to the appointment, and that's going to be our trigger. So this workflow will start every time someone shows up to an appointment. I'm going to click plus here, and what we're going to do is we're going to add in a wait. The reason I want to add in a wait, because I don't want this to come to immediately when we click this to show. What if I click that they showed right at the beginning of the appointment? I don't want them getting a review before they've actually went through anything. So depending on how long your service takes, we want this to be closely after the review, but definitely after. So in my case, our sessions are 45 minutes. There's about a 15-minute gap. I want them to either leave, go home, and then I want this text to come while they're still hot on this, while they still love the experience. This could even help them to give a positive review to then help them to make a purchase if they didn't right at that time. Now, we've got event appointment date. We want this to be after that date. In this case, I'm going to put 2 hours after that appointment. I want the next step to happen. So what this is going to do, it's going to cause a wait from the moment that appointment is categorized as shows. It's going to start this process. So we've saved that as an action. And now we're going to type in SMS and we're going to send them a text message. This is where you can put, for instance, hey, and then anytime you want to make sure that you make things a little more personal, you go to these custom values, the contact, you can say full name. I like to use first name. So, hey, contact first name. So, hey, Kurt, thanks for visiting. Please answer one question for us about your experience. And then they're going to have a link within there that's going to go directly to that survey. That's how we set this up. In this case, to be a text that's going to go. If you want to do it in email, similar thing. We're going to send an email. Since they've already filled out in your calendar, all their stuff is in your CRM system. It's going to be able to pull directly from that. In this case, it's going to come from the name that you've put in as your business. It's going to be from the email that you have in for the business. Please answer one question. Hey, contact first name. This is Kurt from Grid Obstacle Training. And now what we can do is we can actually add a link. We put that URL in there and we can put our one question survey. Now, if you want to have an action, you can have it so that it's going to come in with that same window or go to a new window. I always like to pull it into a new window, keep them where they're at. We click save. Now they have that one question survey. You save this action, and here you have a very simple workflow. This can be added to the bottom of any workflow that you already have going on for different pieces. It can be whatever it might be. So that's a quick and easy way that we set up a workflow. We can put that into your process for collecting Google reviews. Now, again, I would love to help you with this. I'd love CQS AI to help you with this. Please leave us a comment. Let us know that this was great for you, and I look forward to talking to you soon. In the next video, I'm actually going to show you how it is that now that we can make it so every Google review that comes in automatically gets responded to by an AI system that's able to analyze what it is that they wrote in that review and then give them a response that references back to that and sounds very, very personal and that it's coming from the business in general. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it worked well for you. And until the next one.